afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 this first day of February.
Yes, happy February, everybody. And it feels a little bit like spring today,
yeah,
doesn't it?
It's more like March 1st than February 1st today, but we'll enjoy it while we can.
Yes, reality returns tomorrow.
But first, we are following breaking news out of the Minneapolis area, a deadly shooting outside a school. We'll have the latest coming up.
Plus, Pfizer is asking for it, so will the FDA approve vaccines for kids younger than 5? At least one local health expert predicts that is coming very soon.
And today is the first day of Black History Month. We'll attend the ceremonies honoring the month at the state capitol.
But first, we begin this afternoon with that breaking news.
2 students have been shot in a school in Richfield, Minnesota. One is dead, another in critical condition. The shooting happened at noon at the South Education Center in Richfield. That's on the far south side of Minneapolis. When officers arrived, 2 students were found shot on the sidewalk outside of the school. As a precautionary measure, other area schools were sent into lockdown. The suspects fled and police searched the area. The superintendent of the district spoke at a news conference this afternoon.
We expressed our deepest condolences to the families and friends of the victims. To us, there are students that come through our doors every day. We care for them, and this is a terrible tragedy and loss.
The South Education Center has about 200 students from pre-K to age 21 in both special education and area learning center programs. The city of Richfield chief of police spoke about the need to work together when tragedies like this arise.
Tragic situations happen like this, whether it's here in Richfield or it's anywhere across the country. Our federal law enforcement partners, our state law enforcement partners, our municipal law enforcement partners, we come to each other's aid. And that's very important because in times like this, in tragic events where these incidents occur, it's important that we work together and collaboratively at all levels.
It is not immediately clear what led to the shooting nor whether the assailants had targeted the students whose names were not yet released.
And in the wake of a deadly shooting outside of Beloit Memorial High School over the weekend, the Beloit School District has just announced a number of safety-related changes to all winter and spring sporting events. The shooting outside the high school Saturday left a 19-year-old former student dead. Beginning tonight, there will be increased officer presence at events, and security will periodically check parking lots. Spectators will also see changes to the ticketing process. The district said event tickets will no longer be sold at the door. Instead, each student athlete from Beloit and visiting teams will get 3 tickets for their event, and ticket holders will need to have their name on a roster in order to attend.
Madison police are investigating a child's death on the city's west side. Police and medical crews initially responded around 7:45 last night to an apartment building in the 7900 block of Tree Lane for a report of an injured child. Authorities said the child ultimately died. Police did not immediately provide any further details on the circumstances surrounding the child's injuries or death. An autopsy has been scheduled for later this week. Let's take a look outside now. As we said, great day to be outside. Hitting the playground already.
Somebody's happy. Enjoying the sunshine and the warmer temperatures because the weather words today, back to winter.
Dane is in the backyard. How back we going?
We're going way back. We're jumping back a few weeks. Right now, of course, it feels fairly comfortable outside for the first day of February. To the south, that's that big winter storm starting to build in for northern Missouri. Snowfall right now towards the Quad Cities just south of Dubuque, and that'll progress into central Illinois and Indiana. For us, cloudy skies over north of that system. Temperature rise in the upper 30s. We did reach the low 40s today. Our breeze picking up a little bit. And you can see off to the west what is to come. Compared to this time yesterday, Madison and Janesville about 7 degrees warmer than where we were at, but cool down already happening for La Crosse and for Prairie du Chien. That, again, the cooler air building in for us now. So our breeze now coming in from the northwest. It is going to be colder tonight and much colder as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekend. As far as traffic is concerned right now, east and westbound along the Beltline, no hiccups. Downtown Madison actually looks pretty smooth for us this evening. A few slow and go spots, but no accidents popping up in my system. Nothing to keep an eye on for us downtown, at least. North and southbound on the interstate through Rock County and Dane County also looks good. Now from the Beltline to Janesville, we're at 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie. At about 18 minutes this evening, we will take a closer look at the cold temperatures ahead through the rest of the 10-day today, and if we might have any snow chances mixed in there in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll check back in. Thank you. Pfizer is asking for FDA approval for a vaccine for children ages 6 months to 5 years old.
It could be approved within a month. Eric Franke is here now with more details on the dosage and how local providers are preparing. Eric?
Susan and Mark, in just the last 45 minutes, in fact, Pfizer announcing it has just submitted approval for a 2-dose vaccine for children ages 6 months up to 5 years, so 3 and 4-year-olds. In its trial, Pfizer says it really didn't see the expected immunity in kids between the ages of 2 and 5 with just the 2 doses, but they said a 2-dose regimen was more likely to be approved and get those youngest children at least a baseline level of protection here. Locally, providers have been waiting for this, saying these young children being vaccinated, that would move us closer to herd immunity so parents can send kids to indoor activities and daycare. Back in October, 5 to 11-year-olds got approved, and parents have been slow to vaccinate that group nationally, only about 28%, but it is trending up.
Some parents were waiting to see other kids getting vaccinated, to see the vaccine becoming more mainstream for this age group. And it's a matter of time before we see more and more children in this age group reaching that level of vaccination that we're seeing with other age groups.
So many have said it's a combination of misinformation out there and also the holidays slowing vaccination rates for those kids 5 to 11. The vaccination rate for those 12 and older, about 50% nationally, so much more. So what Pfizer is asking for today, 2 doses of 3 micrograms each. Older children get about 10 micrograms, and those 12 and up get 30 micrograms. So data on this 3rd dose they want for children ages 6 months to under 5, given 8 weeks after completion of that 2nd dose. That'll be submitted for FDA approval in the coming months. Mark, Susan.
Eric, thank you. On this first day of Black History Month, students at historically black colleges and universities from Florida to the nation's capital woke up to bomb threats at some campuses.
It was the 2nd day in a row that schools were temporarily put on lockdown until the all-clear was given.
Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
Police with bomb-sniffing dogs patrolled the campus of Edward Waters University in Jacksonville, Florida, early Tuesday morning. It's one of more than a dozen historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, across several states to receive a bomb threat in the past 2 days. At Morgan State University in Baltimore, freshman Anijah Johnson woke up to the threat, noting the significance of the timing.
I'm just thinking, wow, this is crazy, like on the first day of Black History Month.
Johnson's in-person classes were canceled. She's had to stay in her dorm room while the campus is searched.
I hope they find out who's doing it, if it's multiple people. I hope they find out why they did it.
Here in Washington, D.C., Howard University is dealing with the 2nd threat in 2 days, putting the campus on edge once again.
It's a very evil act. We are reminded, though, that Howard University is an exceptionally resilient community.
Howard University's Executive Vice President, Dr. Tashni Ann DeBroy, has confidence in the law enforcement investigation.
Based on the evidence that we have collected so far and the cooperation that we're seeing from all of the police chiefs at our sister HBCUs, we think that we're on a good path to finding out exactly who this person is and their location as well.
The Department of Homeland Security says it's coordinating with federal, state, and local agencies, and the FBI says it's working with its partners to address any potential threats. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The Congressional Bipartisan Caucus is calling for a thorough criminal investigation, releasing this statement that reads in part, quote, "We will not let terror disrupt or demean the academic excellence of our HBCUs."
The Wisconsin celebration for the start of Black History Month kicked off at the state capitol today. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes and Governor Tony Evers joined members of the Wisconsin Legislative Black Caucus in the rotunda for the ceremony. Evers said that this year's theme is Black Health and Wellness, saying it was especially important when it comes to COVID. He also noted that Vel Phillips will be the first black woman and the first person of color to have a statue at the Capitol.
Generations of kids will be able to look up at her statue and see a leader that looks like them. And just as these kids dream of what their futures might look like and what great impact they will make on the world, it is our responsibility to do everything in our power to safeguard their future.
And this month, the Legislative Black Caucus is hosting events geared toward entrepreneurship, education, mental health, and criminal justice.
Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke today for the first time in a month about rising tensions with Ukraine. Putin says he hopes dialogue will continue even as 100,000 of his troops threaten Ukraine. Putin accused the West of ignoring the Kremlin's security demands, including a guarantee that NATO won't expand to Ukraine or deploy weapons near the Russian border.
A further Russian invasion of Ukraine would be a political disaster, a humanitarian disaster. In my view, it would also be, for Russia, for the world, a military disaster.
Officials in Washington say any talks with Russia need to happen in the context of de-escalation, but the U.S. is ready either way. CBS News has learned President Biden is prepared to announce a new U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Brink. Congress is also working on a bipartisan bill to put new sanctions on Russia.
Well, the Great Resignation continues. Millions of Americans are quitting jobs and looking for something better. 4.3 million people quit jobs in December, down slightly from November's record high of 4.5 million. Workers are leaving positions at restaurants and in manufacturing. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says that's because the latest report shows employers are looking to fill 10.9 million job openings.
Higher pay, better benefits, are those the ways we're going to fill those jobs?
You know, it's like the old law of supply and demand. I need workers. You know how I get workers? I offer them a reason to come.
Many workers are leaving for the traditional reasons of better pay or benefits. Others are retiring early because the surging stock market gave them enough money to do so, or they're facing age discrimination.
An anonymous donor has made a huge contribution to help Fitchburg improve its Veterans Park. The city is hoping to make improvements at Veterans Park to expand it, add more memorials, and put in a marble bench. They sent out letters to 700 businesses in and around the city, and one day the committee chairman opened his mail and found a check for $11,000.
I had to, like I say, I had to make sure I looked at the numbers right, but it was just a wonderful check that we received from somebody to better the park.
Clowder says they don't have a firm timeline to start the park improvements, but they hope to continue accepting contributions through this year.
And it's time to nominate your favorite local businesses for consideration for Best of Madison 2022. There are 2 rounds of voting for Best of Madison. The first round is nominations from February 1st today to February 28th. Nominate any geographically local people, places, or things to do in a wide variety of categories. Round 2 is the final vote. Up to 6 top vote getters in each category will become finalists. In round 2, the final voting period is from April 1st through April 30th. Unlike round 1, in round 2, you will only be able to vote once per category. So consider your pick and make your vote count. Well, there were rumors all weekend that one of the greatest players to play the game of football was retiring.
Yep, today Tom Brady made it official. We'll find out why he decided to call it a career and what it means for the NFL when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true, with diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments from a retina specialist that may help protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take charge of your sight.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspercream arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Welcome back, everyone. Super Bowl tickets are out of reach for most of us.
But a community is trying to help a Cincinnati Bengals super fan get there. Herbert Davis, who also happens to be a Milwaukee police officer, was shot on duty. He was released from the hospital last Friday and is now starting his recovery.
It's going to be a lot longer healing process than just physical. So that was our motivation to start the page. But when we saw the feedback from everybody saying, get them to the Bengals game, get them to the Bengals game.
The family has set up a GoFundMe page to pay for potential Super Bowl tickets, medical expenses, and flying in Davis's family from Alaska. So far, $8,000 of the $25,000 goal has been raised. Meanwhile, the suspect who shot Davis has been charged with attempted murder.
Anyone who has ever gotten a ticket for rolling through a stop sign knows you have to come to a complete stop, no matter what. And Tesla is paying the price for foregoing that rule of the road. Cars in Tesla's self-driving beta program have been programmed to roll through stop signs so long as no other cars or people are around. The National Traffic Highway Safety Administration issued a safety recall forcing Tesla to make its cars obey stop sign laws. This will impact close to 54,000 vehicles in Tesla's self-driving program. Tesla claims no cars in its program have been involved in any accidents since it launched in 2020.
You still have to stop at a stop sign. The National Restaurant Association does not believe the industry will return to what it was before the pandemic, but that doesn't mean the outlook is all bad. The trade group released its 2022 State of the Restaurant Industry Report. In it, experts say this year is the start of a new normal thanks to emerging technology and changes in consumer behavior and dining preference. The group forecast $898 billion in sales in 2022, up from $864 billion in 2019. Despite the positive outlook, only 25% of restaurant operators believe their restaurants will be more profitable this year. They say they're facing several challenges, including finding and keeping employees, rising costs, supply chain issues, and a smaller consumer base.
Well, your Super Bowl party might need 2 kegs this year, one full of beer and another one full of chili cheese dip. Hormel unveiled its Hormel chili cheese keg.
No.
And fans have a chance to win one. The company says it is a fully functioning half-barrel keg that can hold up to 15 gallons of dip. The keg features a tap handle shaped like a chili can, a pump to pour out the dip, and an adjustable internal heating element to to keep it from getting cold. Hormel has set up a sweepstakes page, HormelChiliCheeseKeg.com. If you would like to enter to win this, Hormel says it will deliver the keg to the winner's home on Super Bowl Sunday.
There's just one winner?
I think so.
Okay. Good luck.
Good luck.
Stocks closed in the green for the second day in a row. The Dow Industrials added 272 points, closing at 35,404. The NASDAQ tacked on 106 points. The S&P 500 was up 30. One of the best quarterbacks of all time hung up his cleats this morning.
After much speculation this week, 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback Tom Brady has announced he will retire after 22 seasons in the NFL.
Sports director Zach Hanley is here with more. This guy holds just about every quarterback record there is.
Yeah, it was crazy this weekend. It was like he's retired, and then he didn't retire, and his dad came out and was like, no, he didn't retire. And then, of course, today Tom Brady made it official, saying he's retiring after 22 years. 22 years of Tom Brady, 20 in New England with the Patriots, and the last 2 with the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. And just listen to these numbers. 19 playoff appearances, 18 divisional titles, 10 Super Bowl appearances. He won 7 Super Bowls. That's the most all-time by any player. 5 Super Bowl MVPs. 3 regular season MVPs, and I think he was in the Pro Bowl about 15 times. So those numbers are just insane. But you know, he said it's time. He wants to spend time with family, and that opens up the NFC for Aaron Rodgers. And then you think about the other quarterbacks in the NFC: Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, and maybe Russell Wilson. So if Aaron Rodgers stays, his path to the Super Bowl is a lot easier than if he goes to the AFC, because you got to go through Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert maybe, and then you throw in Lamar Jackson. So I think it's, if you're Rodgers, you want to stay in the NFC, and he's not going to retire, right? Because if he retires now, then he's going to be in the same class for the Hall of Fame with Brady and Ben Roethlisberger, and the limelight is not going to be on Rodgers. It's going to be on those two. So you think this news, it's good for the Packers, right? Because Aaron Rodgers wants another Super Bowl. The easiest path might just be with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, the plot thickens. When you go through all of those statistics about Brady's amazing career, what's even more incredible is he wasn't very highly drafted in the beginning. Is that right?
Yeah, and we've all seen like his NFL combine where you look at Tom Brady and you're like, that guy's going to be an NFL quarterback. Well, he turned into to be one of the best, or to the best in NFL history. And his work ethic. He's eating avocado ice cream. I've never had that. Probably won't try it. But if it worked for him, maybe.
Usually, sometimes when a superstar of his caliber retires, the superstar sucks up all the energy. But there's so much young talent now.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like I said, in the AFC, it's kind of like it shifted over now. Now these are the young guys. They're coming up, with Drew Brees. You think of Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady. Those are kind of the big, and Ben Roethlisberger. Now they've kind of passed the torch to those young guys: Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be a lot of pressure to get Brady in the broadcast booth?
I don't know what he's gonna do next. He mentioned before that he just wants to hang out with his kids. They're getting older, and he lost all that time being the greatest quarterback in NFL history. So I think he's gonna spend some time with family.
Yeah, he's got a new line of products, and he owns a production company. Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Well, it's an end of an era, that's for sure.
That is true.
All right, Zach. Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
Well, there's more at 4. It's been a year since the In the 608 segment debuted on the morning show.
When we come back, some highlights from that first year. That's coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Suicide.
Suicide.
What can you do to help someone?
Program these numbers into your phone.
Helpline is free therapy available 24/7.
or download these free apps to your phone that you can customize just for you.
If you thought about suicide, don't be too proud to ask for help.
The suicide will only pass the pain you are feeling onto your family and loved ones.
Get help. Get help.
Get help.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Canoldi, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise August 9th through the 21st. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night Holiday America Line cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Join Planet Fitness today for zero enrollment. Zero. Like a bagel. And it's only $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Bagels are awesome.
Enjoy tons of equipment for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. But the part that'll really get you going is that post-workout high. Look at that glow.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you. Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 2nd.
This is big for heartburn sufferers. Zantac 360 Degrees has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac 360.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, take a look at this. Police in Pickens, South Carolina may have cracked the case as to who's responsible for their latest massive snowstorm. Body cam video shows them arresting the infamous Ice Queen Elsa, who waived her right to remain silent. She said, just let it go. She was later booked and brought in to stand trial, but literally froze the proceedings and breezed out the door. Officials now consider it a cold case. They have a little fun down there in South Carolina. Cute. And there she goes. Somebody's got to respond. Boy, that storm to the south of us is awfully close, Dana.
My goodness, it is right on the edge of the state right now, and we're seeing snow to the south. We're seeing snow in South Carolina, and we are not seeing any snow in our forecast really in southern Wisconsin right now. Cold temperatures, though, definitely building in. As we look ahead to tomorrow, we'll take a closer look at that system to the south and your full 10-day right after the break.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dulcolax Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dulcolax Soft Chews.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
This year, there are more tax credits at stake than ever before. Thousands more. The tax pros at Jackson Hewitt will help track down every last dollar. Jackson Hewitt is here to make sure you don't miss a single deduction, so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we have quite a system moving through the Midwest right now. This cold front dragging currently just rain from Michigan all the way down into the southeast corner of Kansas. But this is going to quickly transition over to snowfall for, again, much of the area south of us. We are on the northern portion of this with a cloudy sky right now and colder air building in. But all of that moisture is really trending to the south. Temperature-wise, we're already dropping this afternoon. We were in the low 40s, right now in the upper 30s in Madison. Notice, though, the western edge of the state already seeing those temperatures down into the 20s, so that colder air building in for us this evening and trending overnight. That drop really dividing our viewing area right now. Looking at Prairie du Chien and Platteville. Seeing the cooler temperatures build in, but much of Dane County still on the warmer side of that air. Overall, the snow starting to pick up towards the Quad Cities. That's going to continue to build in again throughout areas south of us. We are really missing this whopper of a snow event building in. Heavy snowfall expected to start up tonight through Kansas City, through the St. Louis area, again Chicago and towards Detroit. That continues throughout the day on Wednesday and into Thursday morning before this shifts off to the east and brings more snowfalls to the East Coast. Accumulation totals still trending right around 8 to 10 inches for most of the heart of the country. Some light flurries possible south of Madison, but the snow we have on the ground right now, it's really going to be the snow that stays with us through most of the 10-day. Right now we have variably cloudy skies. Not a lot of sun coming through today. At moments some sunshine, but this mostly cloudy trend really picks up heading into Wednesday. We could see a few flurries south of Madison. Otherwise, the thing you're going to notice most tomorrow is the big drop in our temperatures. Afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper teens for Wednesday, thanks to that breeze coming in from the northwest. For Thursday, in the single digits early in the day, high temperatures in the mid to low teens. So we're expecting this cooler air to really build in. Right now, still mild in Madison, but we see a colder trend tonight in for Wednesday. Lows will drop near zero Thursday night into Friday morning. 15 the high for tomorrow. Certainly much colder outside with that small chance for some flurries, mainly south of Madison. Otherwise, the focus still on that cloudy or the cooler trend expected for the back half of the work week. By Saturday and Sunday, high temperatures will be in the mid to low 20s. Looking ahead to the middle of next week, temperatures start to bounce back up closer to average, close to freezing. So again, any snow that builds in really stays with us all the way into next week. We won't see any warmer trends building in, but we aren't seeing any other snow events come along with that. So what we have on the ground right now sticking with us, guys, at least through this 10-day.
We could use a little refresher, but not 20 inches.
No, we'll keep that to the south for right now.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Well, it's a big week in the 608 as we celebrate 1 year of showcasing positive stories in the communities we call home.
This afternoon, Josh Spreiter takes a look back at just how much he liked to celebrate the holidays in the 608.
I'm standing exactly where I was on this day last year when we officially launched in the 608. And today we're taking a look back at some of the celebrating we've done when it comes to holidays in the 608. We're at Flannel Jack's here on Madison's west side.
Bingo, it's a bullseye.
Right in the heart. It's not a clean process.
No, by no means is it clean. I mean, there's powdered sugar everywhere.
And so we're gonna do it. Here we go.
If we need more, we'll make more.
So if people are interested, I've got powdered sugar all over my face. We might as well just kind of put this all over here, guys.
Ready, set, here you go. Point, knee, hop back, step. Point, knee, hop back, step. Point, knee, hop back. Knee, hop back, step. Good job, Josh.
Close enough, right? My first time. So Cinco de Mayo is your biggest day of the year. And of course, it wouldn't be the 608 segment without digging in here on the morning show, guys. So here we go as I...
Buen provecho. My dad goes crazy for Halloween.
Kicking off spooking season.
We'll check in with Josh and the other Screaming Acres coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
I am actually like kind of shaking right now. You can see. Mark, I need some light. Come on. Oh.
We're live in Stoughton with why you want to get those costumes out now. Is that Josh?
Who am I, guys? I'll let you guess.
Feel inside.
I love a good old-fashioned.
Is it hunting season? Because I'm spotting some wild turkeys out in the Josh always has the best sound effects.
Do I look good? Do I need to like strut the runway with the turkey suit on today?
Boy.
Good morning, guys, from Hilldale. And it's Josh Ryder in the 608 this morning. And how do you top a turkey? You get dressed up as Santa Claus. You never know what's going to happen here in the 608. Our celebrating of 1 year in the 608 continues all week long on News 3 Now this morning and live at 4. Tomorrow, we'll bring you even more coverage from the year that was. In the 608, Josh Brighter, News 3 Now.
And you can always rewatch Josh's stories by going to channel3000.com and clicking on the In the 608 tab.
You'll find a special interactive map of everywhere Josh has been in the News 3 Now viewing area over the past year.
Well, coming up next here on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps you deal with your electronic waste.
And then coming up next hour at 5, at least 11 firefighters and EMS have died of COVID in Wisconsin since the pandemic began, a number previously unreported. Our Naomi Cole explains at 5.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Give any room in your home a stunning new look and feel with Palisade wall planks from Menards. These easy-to-install waterproof planks require no mortar and have a natural wood grain or tile look, making them ideal for bathrooms, kitchens, and laundry rooms. They can be installed over concrete, plywood, drywall, and even existing tile. Save big money on your next home improvement project with Palisade wall planks now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This is big for heartburn sufferers. Zantac 360 Degrees has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac 360.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Laminator, Wall Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get revved up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Tonight at 5, a new workforce innovation grant to help with skills training in childcare. We'll tell you how it will be used at 5.
While a big winter storm stays to our south, we'll see a big drop in temperatures tonight and tomorrow. Cold weather will continue through Friday. I'll tell you when we can expect our next warm-up at 5.
And ahead at 6, COVID is the leading cause of death nationally for men and women working in the line of duty. At 6, we take a look at how many we've lost statewide. That's tonight at 6.
Giving the old weather satellite a spin, this is downtown Los Angeles. 62 degrees right now. A little cool for them, but this is the site of the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Very nice.
Traffic as usual.
Yes. Not too bad at this
No,
hour.
they're moving along. That's not bad. All right, broken laptops, old cell phones, printers that stopped working years ago. Electronic waste is a big problem.
One estimate from the United Nations researchers say only about 20% of it is disposed of properly.
Consumer Reports has some advice on how to clear out your tech clutter safely. Here's our Leah Linscheid.
When it's time to upgrade the newest, latest, greatest tech, what happens to our old stuff?
I don't know what I'm going to do with all this old junk.
You know that expression, one person's trash is another's treasure? Consumer Reports says it may apply to your old electronics.
There are a lot of different online marketplaces that make it really easy for you to sell your old computers and devices. You might want to do a little bit of research ahead of time to make sure that you're pricing it appropriately.
But what if it's broken? Consumer Reports says, believe it or not, there's also a strong market for broken tech. On eBay, we recently found this MacBook Pro selling for $350 and a broken older iPad Pro for $199. If you don't want the hassle of listing and selling an item yourself, online buyback sites like Buyback World and Gazelle give you a quote. Accept the offer, then ship your gadgets to them with a prepaid shipping label. Another way to get rid of old devices? Donate them.
You might have a used computer that you don't really need anymore that's just collecting dust, but it could be really valuable for a family that doesn't have the resources to buy one.
Digitunity will match you with pre-qualified organizations in your area that will give your old computer a new life. Donating your old phone or tablet to Cell Phones for Soldiers helps them provide international calling cards to troops. And the Hearing Aid Project will refurbish your old hearing aids for low-income people nationwide. But whatever you do, don't throw your old electronics in the trash. Check out Earth 911 to find a recycling location near you, or call your town and ask about electronic trash collection events. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
Leah, thank you. Consumer Reports says before you get rid of any old tech, be sure to completely erase the hard drive and remove all personally identifiable information. Take off my sticky notes with all my passwords.
Yeah.
All right, still to come at 4, a new strain of the Omicron variant has been detected in Dane County.
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff lets us know how concerned we should be about that when Live at 4 continues.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true. If you have diabetes, you know high blood sugar is the root of the problem. But that excess sugar can cause the blood vessels to be seriously damaged. And when that happens, this could happen: vision loss or even blindness. That's right.
Diabetic retinopathy is a leading cause of blindness for adults in the U.S. But even though you can't see it, there is something you can do about it. Remember this: now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is an incredibly important part of your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments a retina specialist can provide that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Just say to yourself, "Now I see." Then go see an eye care specialist. Visit nowic.com to get the facts about diabetes, your eyes, and what you can do next to take charge of your sight. Brought to you by Regeneron.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
When we see a lot of green on the traffic maps, that's always a good thing. Good news, it's my favorite color, so it's nice when it's popping up. And more good news, we don't have any accidents to report right now in Dane County. East and westbound along the Beltline actually looks fairly smooth. A few just slow down spots eastbound, but nothing too prolonged right now. In fact, downtown Madison actually looks pretty good for us all the way through East Watch and the Atwood neighborhood. For Rock County, no delays in downtown Janesville, and the interstate right now looks smooth from the state line all the way north. Now, of course, south of that state line, that's where we're having some stronger weather in northern Illinois, so I imagine road conditions looking a little worse down there if you do, for any reason, have to travel south over the next 24 hours or so. From the Beltline to Janesville, 24 minutes. From Middleton to Sauk City, about 16 minutes. And downtown to Sun Prairie, sitting close to 18 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. This extremely odd sight is a baby being fed by a giant eagle hand puppet at the Philippine Eagle Foundation. Feather Dust Studios created the massive fake mom. The goal is to limit the chick's human interaction to help with the eventual natural pairing with another eagle. The nonprofit's goal is to save the endangered Philippine eagle population and surrounding rainforest.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is. Great idea. Great idea. Well, there's a new version of the Omicron strain, also known as BA2, or the stealth variant.
Some data suggests it could be even more contagious, but there's a lot we don't know.
And the CDC is expecting to submit data as early as today to request vaccine approval for kids under 5. EW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, joins us as he usually does on Tuesdays. Welcome back.
Hi, Dr. Potoff.
Hey, guys. Good to see you.
How concerned are we with this evil twin, this BA2 Omicron variant?
Yeah, I think evil twin's a good way to put it. So, something to pay attention to, but I think it's important for folks to know that this is not a variant that is like Delta to Omicron. This is like Omicron and then Omicron's little sister. It might be a little bit more contagious than Omicron, but as far as vaccine effectiveness against it, it's the same. Its ability to cause, severe disease, about the same. And with folks, vaccinated recently having Omicron infections, I think, at best, this can maybe slow down our decrease in cases. But I don't think it's going to result in another spike.
The vaccines should work for this, so that's encouraging to hear. But how will that affect the overall peak of the Omicron variant locally?
Yeah, I think, where we are right now is we're clearly off peak. We're coming down on our curve. And if it's like the rest of the world and the rest of the United States, that come down can be fairly quick. If we see more of this BA2 variant, it may spread that downward curve out a little bit. It might take a little bit longer to get to low case levels, but that would likely be the most likely impact that it would have. I don't think it's going to turn our downward curve into an upward curve.
And this isn't really surprising. This is how viruses work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, we haven't talked a lot about subvariants during the course of the pandemic, and most of them are irrelevant. This one, being maybe a little more contagious, gets some attention. But, these viruses, they really don't have proofreading when they replicate. So they make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes make these subvariants.
Well, just this afternoon, Pfizer announced it submitted for emergency use authorization approval for a 2-dose vaccine for children ages 6 months up to 5 years. That's something a lot of parents have been waiting for. Is that something you expect to see soon?
You know, I do think you'll see this approved relatively quickly. You know, the safety profile on this vaccine is very, very good. There's really not much concern about the safety profile. If you remember, the efficacy of this initial 2-dose Pfizer regimen was called into question. They reduced the dose by tenfold, and they weren't seeing the robust antibody response that they thought they would see. So what I think you'll see is this 2-dose series approved. It'll be good for kids to get that. They won't have the same protection as if they had been, say, you know, a 15-year-old and gotten that 2-dose series. But then I think a month later or so, you're going to see this turn into a 3-dose series initially for those 6 months to 5-year-old kids. That will give them the same protection as other kids and adults have seen with the Pfizer vaccine.
And there seems to be some hesitancy for the 5 to 12-year-olds. We're only at, what, like 28%, something like that?
Yeah, the uptake across the state has been a little bit lower. I think there's this misconception amongst parents that, you know, COVID-19 is just not a big deal for their kid. And, you know, back in 2020 with kind of the original COVID-19 virus, you know, maybe an argument for that, although not strong. With Delta and now Omicron, we have seen much more COVID-19 in kids in this age group. And although they don't die at a significant rate, they do still suffer from those complications, long-haul COVID, brain fog, loss of smell, things that are really disruptive to those kids getting back to a normal life. So there is a strong recommendation to get those kids vaccinated at this point if they're eligible.
What is the situation right now at UW Hospital?
So I think we're seeing a bit of a change. You know, across the state, we've seen lower hospitalizations of COVID patients. That hasn't necessarily been the case here at UW Health. We still have a fairly high number of COVID-19 patients, but we're starting to see a change with a lot of those patients now being admitted with COVID. They have mild symptoms, but they're here in the hospital for a different reason. It's challenging for us because they still need isolation, but we're seeing a less percent of our COVID patients being admitted with, you know, those severe respiratory symptoms that often land them in the hospital for, you know, days, if not weeks at a time, that consume a bit more of our resources. So we're not in the clear yet, but we are starting to see that shift.
Yeah, not to be overly optimistic, but things going down just a little bit?
I feel optimistic about the direction that we're heading. I'm really hopeful that we can get to an endemic state where this becomes, you know, more like an annual booster shot, low-level COVID cases. You know, some people will still get sick, but not so many that we have this rush on the healthcare system, and people, whether they have COVID or not, can't get the healthcare that they need. I'm hopeful that we don't have another variant that surprises us sometime in the near future.
Yes, hope so as well. If you're exposed to someone who tests positive and you quarantine as a precaution for 5 days and you show no symptoms, are you good to go after that to go back out as normal?
Yeah, so the most likely scenario is if you're exposed to someone who has COVID-19, if you're going to get the disease, you're likely to have symptoms anywhere from like that 3 to 5 days, the majority. Now, there's a small group of people, 10 to 20% of those who are going to be positive, that will convert at that later date. So I wouldn't necessarily say at day 5, you can throw caution to the wind. Certainly at day 5, if you start having symptoms at day 6 or 7, it could very well be COVID. But you know, if you're at day 5 and you're feeling pretty good, you know, most of the risk is already behind you.
All right, well, let's hope things continue to improve.
Yes.
We'll see you next Tuesday with some, hopefully, good news.
There you go.
Doctor, thanks for being with us
Thank
today.
you for your time, Dr. Potoff. Great to see you.
Final check, your forecast is coming up.
Had enough? No, arthritis. Here, Aspirin arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin.
With inflation, everything costs more. It also means choosing between paying debt and paying your everyday expenses. At Geraci Law, we help fight inflation by eliminating or consolidating consumer debt. Get one lower payment you can afford as low as $275 a month. Keep your stuff, pay your expenses, control your debt. On your phone, from your home, or old school in person. $0 to start. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
We're here at
Chunk Gaming Madison, where we're highlighting some unique playing styles.
Yeah, Jerry. Take Marge and Carol here. They're sure having fun. And notice what appears to be a lucky troll dial on this machine.
Oh, and look, that's the famous bingo card tap. That one always brings good luck.
And check out the form on this pull. That's gotta be a lucky bracelet.
Looks like you got your own lucky bracelet.
What bracelet?
Chunk Gaming Madison.
Tonight at 5, a second Omicron variant found in Dane County, how that'll affect our current COVID situation. And a new workforce innovation grant helps skills training in child care. Tell you how it will be used tonight at 5.
She swam to fight cancer.
With the statistics, it's amazing that I'm still here.
Now 4 new swimmers join her fight. Susan Simon takes you inside a groundbreaking UW study.
It's going to be very promising.
Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Right now we're at 37, temperatures dropping for this evening, and with our breeze coming in from the west-northwest, and it's going to be colder outside for Wednesday morning. Plan on a chilly trend for the back half of the work week. We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for ache and burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
We all love reading the magazine, but did you know there's additional exclusive Madison Magazine content here on channel3000.com? Click on Madison Magazine for timely food stories and blogs on the local food scene that don't appear in the magazine. Find arts and entertainment and interesting Madisonians. There are featured columnists and online extras like photo galleries and videos. Channel 3000 and Madison Magazine. Together, they're your one source for all things Madison.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, we take you to the newest Colombian tourist sensation.
It's a construction called Casa Loca, or Crazy House, better known as the upside-down house that has all the furniture in the opposite direction of a typical building. The construction has an incline of 5 degrees to the left and 5 degrees backwards, which generates an optical illusion for its visitors. Construction began 2 years ago, and although the pandemic delayed its launch, the Casa Loca opened its doors on January 8th, and thousands of tourists have visited in less than a month. A lot of fun. The house creator and builder says this was no easy task, but he's happy the way it turned out, and he's happy about all the number of people wanting to check it out.
It's pretty cool.
That'd be a lot of fun. Everything upside down.
If you can't go to Columbia, just go to Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah, I guess so. Sort of the same thing. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.